Hey y'all, how are you? We're gonna start in about 5 more minutes, okay? So you got time to go and get your wine and get comfortable, and I will be with you for the next hour, all right? Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday. Make sure you can, there you go. Make sure you can see. Good evening, everybody. Y'all welcome in, welcome in. Get ready, get ready. We got about a few more minutes. We're gonna get started. Get comfortable, get your juice, get your wine, get your blunt, whatever the fuck you need to get. Get it and get ready. Tonight's live. Ain't no crying tonight. For real. What you're about to hear is all truth and hiding nothing. Let me clean the screen here. Y'all come on in. Welcome. As you come in, introduce yourself to people so you can let everybody know who you are. Mama Robin from District of Columbia is in the house. Jasmine is in the house. Miss Darlene is in the house. Oklahoma. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy Wednesday. This is our third Wednesday. Got about 3 more minutes, y'all. 3 more minutes. La, da, 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 da. And we're going to do something different tonight. If you have a question and you want to come on, let me know, and I will put you on here. If you want to ask a question tonight, you want to get deep into it, it's fine. But this is only for 1 hour. We don't want to drag it out. It's only be an hour. And then we're going to go about our day. What's up, everybody? 3 more minutes, and we're going to get started. 3 more minutes, and we're going to get started. Oh, there go me. Matter of fact, let's hear it real quick before we get started. Y'all see me? All right, y'all. Come on in the room, everybody. Come on in the room. Let's get started. We're about to get started. I'm looking for my fireplace. All right. There we go. We have about 3 people in the house tonight already. We have about 3 people in here. So let's go ahead and get started. How is you? Say, what, Pastor? How is you? Trying to make sure I get the lighting good here, y'all. All right. We'll get it later. Just make sure we got the good lighting. Happy, happy, happy Wednesday, everybody. How are you? I hope you are doing well. Let's tap the screen. Um, when you are doing a live, let's go ahead and go this way. There we go. When you're doing a live, that means every action that you give is it's authentic. And a lot of people don't know how to be authentic in their life. They don't know how to be themselves. They don't know how to be. Jay in the building. They don't know how to be just who God created them to be. They be who people want them to be. And I've never been that type of person. So that's probably why I don't have a lot of friends and a lot of supporters and all that stuff, because I don't fall in the bracket what everybody else want me to fall into. It is now 6:00 and I start on time. Welcome to the series of I Am Not Okay by Pastor Marc Applewhite. Um, Tonight we're going to go over, if you want to know what has started, I'm not being funny. I want you to go back. Um, um, listen, listen. Whew, Jay, um, if you have not seen the actual beginning of the series, I Am Not Okay, I'm asking you to take the time later on in your spare time to go back and look at series one. Part one, part two, and now we on part three of the series, I Am Not Okay. And tonight we're going to start with when I touched ground for the first time all those years of being incarcerated. Now I'm going to ask you a question tonight. We want to engage with one another. We want to engage with one another. Yes, Jay, go back and look at it, because a lot of things I revealed in there that I'm not going to go over tonight, because it was very emotional. It was very emotional, and nobody want to keep going through all that bullshit. So I want y'all to go back and look at that. Uh, how do you think I felt when I walked out that prison door? Because you remember the last that we talked was when the last Wednesday when we talked this time, I was telling you how the lady called my name and I got ready to look back, and she said, Mark, don't look back. Because a lot of people that look back, they end up coming back. So I walked out that door. What do you think, or how do you think I felt for the first time being in the land of the free? Now, remind you, when I went in, scared, bewildered. Mama Robin said scared and bewildered. Happy, but didn't know what to expect. Scared is number one, because remind you, I was coming home to no mom, no dad, no sister, no brother. And Cousins, like first cousin, second cousin, those are extended family. Immediate family is your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, grandmama, granddaddy, if you have a husband, wife, and your children. That's immediate family. I didn't have none of that. I ain't have none of that. I didn't have none of that. You got to remind you that I was the only child, and remind you, uh, mom passed while I was in there. Dad passed before I went in. And as far as my oldest son, I mean, when I went in, he was young. All he know how to do is accept the collect call. That's all he know how to do. So coming out, I will say this. The air is different in the prison. I will say this. The air is different. And a lot of people be thinking, a lot of inmates, a lot of guys that come home from prison, you really be thinking that they're lying when they say that? No. And most of the guys that go in prison and come out, they are either Muslim or they went in and found God. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Most of the black men that go in prison, they either come out Muslim, and then they start saying, oh, I don't eat meat, and I don't do this, I don't do that. Or they go to the point of, I found God, everything is now holy, holy. That ain't how it works. That ain't how it works. That's a front. That's a front. Because when I came home, when I walked out that door, the air smelled different. It felt like you was in a whole nother world. It felt like, is this real? Am I dreaming? And I'm being serious. You literally have to pinch yourself to be like, is this real? Am I real? Is this really happening? So they gave me $150. Remind you, I'm coming home in 2014. So they gave me $150 on a debit card, a gift card. And they gave me my bus ticket and said that I had to go across the street, walk down to the bus station, but I could go over to the gas station, wait or whatever. Baby, I went to that gas station and I got me a Coca-Cola. I remember what I did. I got me a Coca-Cola and I got me a hot dog and I got me a chocolate Debbie cake. I know what I got. I remember it. And I threw all that shit up within 5 minutes. My body had been so used to taking in that generic food. I put it that way. Like it didn't know how to receive real grease. Like this is a hot dog that's been on that little grill in the store, and it has the onions, the ketchup on it, and the chili, and it felt good going in. But within 5 minutes, I was on the side of the store throwing it up. I was really throwing it up because my body didn't want it. It didn't like it, and I got myself together, and I guess the guy that came out with me, because it was 3 of us that came out at the same time. It was me, another black guy, and a white guy. And I remind you, I didn't have no halfway house. No halfway house. I was going from Beaumont, Texas to North Carolina on the bus. So the white guy came over. He said, you got to drink the Coca-Cola. You got to drink that first. How do you know this? He said, this is my second time coming out. You got to do that. Well, first of all, you ain't got to worry about me going back in. This ain't going to be this going to be the last time, and he helped me, and we got to the bus station, and it's like people looking at you and staring at you, and and you're scared. You're like, you don't know what to do. But at the same time, your mind is in survival mode because you don't know what to expect. You don't know if somebody's going to try to pop off on you. You don't know nothing. And I want to say, pause. I want to say thank you to the 5 people on here right now that are listening and you're staying active. I want to say I love you. Y'all make it real easy for me to say this. It is. Y'all make it easy, so I love you. So I got on the bus, gave the bus driver my bus ticket, and of course, you know, they know inmates. They know ex-convicts that coming home. They know that. And I gave him my ticket. He tore it off and he said, "Welcome home, brother." Oh, thank you. And I'm tearing up walking to the back of the bus, you know. And I go to the back and I am thank y'all, I love y'all. And I go and I sit at the back of the bus and I'm enjoying the ride to Wilson. And I finally made it to Wilson, North Carolina, got to my cousin's house, and, you know, I didn't want to be a burden to her. And I called my god sister that, you know, I was raised with, and her mom. I'm like, "Can I stay with you all?" "Sure, you can stay with us. It's nothing bad. You know, I don't have nothing bad to say about them at all. But sometimes you just can't. People would never understand your mind. People would never understand your path that you are going through. And as much as you want to explain it to them, you would never be able to. Okay. So I end up staying with a friend of mine, my best friend. I left my god sister's house and I end up jail for real. I end up staying with my best friend. But then I talked to my probation officer who was white. Let me pin this right here. Turn this air off. Let me pin this right here. Why is it that the oppressor would give us more leeway than our own people? I want y'all to answer that for me tonight, please. Why is it that the oppressor would give us more leeway than our own people? Because according to the rules and the regulations of the federal probation officer, you are to stay where they release you to. But because I had a DC address and family in DC and lived in DC, the probation officer said, "Well, Mark, if you find somebody that I can talk to that will allow you to stay with them, I will release you to DC." Ain't no tears. I'm just happy because this man allowed me, he gave me the desires of my heart. And I end up, hey, I ended up staying with because you have more outside people that will help you. Hey, love, hey. You have more, because you have more people that will help you than your own family. But they say blood is thicker than water. Moving on. So those of you that just coming in, we're talking about how this is the series, this is episode 3 of series I Am Not Okay, and I am coming home. I'm on a bus. I'm coming to North Carolina. I made it to North Carolina safely. I was staying with family, and now I am getting approved to go move back to DC. And I met this pastor in DC, and I told him my story. He said, "Mark, I have no problem. I'm here to help you. You can definitely come and, stay with me. I will help you find a job." And he did do all of that. I stayed with him. My probation officer allowed me to move back. I stayed with him. And I ended up moving back to DC. That pastor end up getting me a job as a med tech, a licensed medical technician. Remind you, I'm an ex-felon. Okay? And he pulled the string, and she went and had me to, she said, now I want you got to take this test, Mark, so that you can pass the Maryland license for nurse. Now, if you go on to Maryland, and everything I'm telling you is true, so you can look it up. Because Jasmine started looking the other last week when I told her. She said, Pastor, I Google you. Oh my God. But if you go into Maryland license as nurses and you Google and you type my name in, Marc Applewhite, it would show you that I am a licensed med tech. I was a licensed med tech. I was the head of the what is it where they keep older people. I was there to help them. So I had 13 residents up under me. Senior living. See, it was a senior living, and I was the med tech. I was the head one, and it is rough. And I passed it. I passed it. I Mama Robin, I wanna, cause it's my live, so I want to see if I can. Maryland licensed nurse, look up. Okay, there it is right there. Okay, here you go. And it says professional. So you type in nursing, and then you type in nursing type, and you type in med tech. Let me see if I can see it. I hadn't done this in a long time. Licensed practical nurse, certified RN. I don't see looking at where it's for. Let me see. Hold on. I'm not going to rush, but I'm going to take my time as well. But because I really want, I hadn't done this in a long time, and maybe I need to go back up top. And it says nursing, so I needed to. She said, "You smart, Pastor. I know you passed it. That goes without a question." Oh yeah, there you go. Medical technician. All right, and then you type in license type, and it was assisted living, and then last name Applewhite, first name Mark, and I can't remember my license number, so let's just search. It says, hold on, new person search. Have to leave for a minute, be back. Okay. But either way, I was just trying to figure out how to do it. I hadn't done it in a long time, but I'm going to find it and I'm going to post it on TikTok. But I ended up being a licensed med tech, and I was taking care of some elderly people, and I fell in love with them. I had one that died on me. She died on me. She did. I was very close to her. Very close to her. And, it's part of life. But here's the kicker. I was so excited about what God has done for me. I began to talk about my past. Hey, Robbie. Citizen, you better strike. I began to talk about my past. And when people find out the truth and they hear it, people's hearts are like screen recorders. They will sit and record everything that you are saying because they know it comes from the heart. And I had a lot of people that did that. And they used it against me in DC. While at the same time, I was doing everything I was trying to do to survive the right way. I knew how to do certain things. And I confided in the pastor. Wrong mistake. Let me tell you this. Everybody that's in leadership is not in leadership by God. Let me say it again for the people that's watching, that go back and tell everything. Everybody that's in leadership is not in leadership by God. They are in leadership for themselves. Because when you confide in somebody, I don't care how fucked up that they do, you do not reveal anything that they have told you. This is why people talk to me, because I don't tell everything. I don't tell nothing. I got stuff that people have talked to me about in my inbox. I would take it to the grave. I still got stuff that I'm taking to the grave. I could, if I really wanted to, Mama Robin, I could just open up my mouth and start talking. But you got to realize, when you point one finger, there are three fingers pointing back at you. And I thought that these people in DC had my back. I left the assisted living because it was only temporary. I was filling in for a young lady that was on maternity leave, and they didn't want me. Good afternoon. They didn't want me to leave, but I ended up leaving. And the good thing about this job is, when you are a resident assistant, you live on the property. So you don't have to worry about no transportation. You live on that property. You ain't got to say, well, I can't come in today because I can't work. Oh, no, I can't get to work. Oh, you live on a property. You're going to live in the back of the house. And they're going to have it set real nice for you. Because this was a privately owned, and it was in Annapolis, Maryland. And I lived on the property, had my own entrance, my own bathroom. So when I cooked food for them, I cooked for myself. When I ordered food for the residents, I ordered for myself as well. Can you have company over? You absolutely can. You can, as long as it does not bother or disturb you when you're doing your work for God, which is that licensed meditate. Remind you, Javon, can you turn this air off? Okay. I thank God for that, because he gave me that job. And I love that job. And I was making good money as a licensed med tech for somebody coming home from a prisoner. I was doing real good. You can just leave it. I don't need no heat. Oh, you turn it. Okay. It was a learning experience. I learned from the people that was there, and they fell in love with me. I had one that gave me hell. You know, it's always one. And she was racist. And I gave her what she asked for. And they said, Mark, she ain't never had nobody talk to her like that. And she ended up being my friend. She ended up being my friend. I was, let me give you an example real quick. Give you a scenario. We was cooking I was cooking the dinner one day, and she came to the table in uh, her little scooter thing, and she was just coming through, and she sat down at the head of the table, crossed her arms. She looked around. I said, I ain't gonna say her name. Ha! You thought I was gonna say her name, didn't you? Ha! I said her name. I said, are you okay? I'm fine. We normally eat on time. That's what the other person did because they were on time. We know how to be on time. I said, well, if you're talking about the white girl that was here, she got fired because she won't coming in on time and she won't giving y'all medicine properly. I don't know nothing about that. I said, you don't want to know nothing about that. Well, what time we going to eat? I said, when I finish cooking. And the black lady in there that was standing there, she said, oh, somebody got it. And they just loved it. They loved it. They loved it. They did. And I ended up being friends with her, and we ended up being friends. And it was a very experience. And I was sad that I left there. But then I went and moved in with the pastor. And when he went to work, I was drive his car and did Uber. And I would do Uber. And I'm going to tell y'all how good God is. See, Lord, this is why I hate telling the truth, but the truth will set you free. It's nothing bad. God will protect you at all times when you want to do right. And that's all I'm going to say. I didn't do nothing illegal like that. But while this man was at work, I took that car and I drove Uber from 8:30 to 2:30. And he would just take a little bit and let me keep the rest. I end up saving enough to move in and get my own apartment, staying in right off of I stayed in Camp Springs, Maryland. I got me an apartment complex at Camp Springs, Maryland. Apartment in Camp Springs, Maryland. I ended up getting a job at the KFC right there in Camp Springs. I ended up getting a job at that theater right there at Suitland. And I've always paid my tithes at the church. And I would clean up the church on Saturdays and everything. But people didn't like that. Because I begin to have feelings for people I won't supposed to have feelings for. I'm telling y'all a lot without telling you a lot. And instead of holding the main person accountable, they held me so accountable so much that they end up calling my probation officer. My probation officer called me. And he said, Mark, what is going on? Because I'm having calls that you are doing illegal action. I said, I'm not doing no illegal action. He said, well, that's what they said. And if I get another report, I'm going to have to violate you, and you're going to go back and do the rest of your probation in a federal prison holding cell. And I was on there for 3 years. I had only been home for about a good 6 or 7 months. So that means I had like 24 months I was going to have to do, 2 years. And they wanted me to go back because I fell in love with who you was in love with and they didn't love you. Let's just keep it 100. Because when you love somebody, you're not going to leave them and you're not going to mess around on them. You're not. You're just not. You're not. You're not going to do it. And they did everything they could possibly do to get me violated. But it didn't happen. God had me covered. Hey, Miss Sharon Fuckler. Hello, love. How are you? God had me covered. And that was in 2014. 2017. July of 2017. I was in the grocery store in Silver Springs, Maryland with the pastor. And I got an email from my probation officer. And I saw it and I looked at my pastor. He said, Mark, what's wrong? I said, it's an email from my probation officer. He said, oh, God, I hope that boy ain't doing nothing again. I said, no, I'm about to look at it. And he said, Dear Mr. Applewhite, this letter is to inform you that you have successfully passed the federal probation requirements of 12, 24, and 36 months. You are no longer under federal custody. Ay, 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 ay. Listen, the best thing you can ever receive is a letter from the white man to tell you you're no longer under his authority. No longer under his authority. I was proud of myself, and right then, I made up in my mind, get my black ass out of D.C. D.C. is home, but it's time to go. March the 19th of 2019, I got on that Amtrak train with a Mickey Mouse book bag and 3 trash bags of clothes heading to Atlanta, Georgia. I was determined to do something different. I was determined to make something different. We have 15 minutes. When I came to Atlanta, Atlanta is a place where you can just be you. Black, entrepreneur, straight, gay, bisexual, trans, drug dealer, con artist, pimp, hoe, prostitute, gambler, pastor, fornicator, slide in, slide out. It don't matter. Whatever you want to be is here in Atlanta. But you better watch yourself, because when you begin to talk too much, people will begin to hate on you. They will begin to find out your weakness that you have, and they will use it against you. And I was determined that I was going to get my life back. You turn the heat on? Oh, Lord, y'all, my son trying to burn me up in the house. I came to Atlanta, and I'm going to say right now, I don't regret it. I don't regret it, Mama Robin. Sky, I don't regret it. Jasmine, I don't regret it. Miss Sharon, I don't regret it. To all the 11 people on here tonight, I don't regret coming here to Atlanta. I used to regret the people that I met. I don't regret them either. Because you know what you did? You pushed me to be the Mark that I did not know I could be. You pushed me to elevate to the Mark that I didn't think I could elevate to. I learned that everybody's not going to support you when you are doing right, when you are achieving more than them. God just whispered and said, that's enough tonight. Because I really said a lot today on my live in TikTok that coincide with this right now. I gave you from the time that I was born to the time that I came home from prison. If you cannot learn from nothing that I have been telling you in the past three episodes that we have had on TikTok, and from the past few lives I have been having recently on TikTok, or episodes on YouTube, and the lives I've been having on TikTok recently, you're stupid. I'm just gonna call it like it is. I have literally been feeling bad because I have felt like I don't belong because I'm not doing what everybody else is doing. And what you mean by that, Mark? It means like everybody's saying, "Oh, I'm working. I get a check coming in every month, and you need to go out there and do that." Well, I can't do none of that. And you all didn't even know. That's why it affects me so much when people begin to use my life passed against me, because that's what they did when I first came home. And these were church people. I don't care what they say. Those are the worst ones. And it hurt. That shit hurt. Well, you can't cuss. You can't do this. You can't do that. No, y'all just want to have control over me because you know that I don't want to get back in trouble. And I'm not going to get back in trouble. But you use my past as a weapon. And 9 times out of 10, most people, if you keep reminding them, if you have questions, you can go ahead and type them now because we're going to get off in about 3 minutes. If you keep reminding people of their past, what happens? They go back to it. Am I right, Mama Robin? Am I right? If you keep reminding a person of their past and they are not that strong, they're going to go back. They're going to go back. You cannot go and tell a person that's in recovery, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Shantae. It's a trigger. And this is what people know, that if I say this to Pastor Marc, it's going to trigger him. You're right. You triggered it, but I shot it the other way. People want me to give up. And I'm here to tell all of you, stop what you are doing and realize that God gave you a second chance for a reason. Now I'm drained out, and it's not because of my wine, because wine don't drain me out. Wine don't drain me out. Wine makes me feel happy. But I have really been ministering today. They don't drain me out, Mr. Linda. I have really been ministering today, and that live today, I didn't even think about it, but I just obeyed God. But that live today really drained me. It did. On TikTok, it drained me. It drained me. It drained me. But what I'm going to do now is what I didn't do it on TikTok, but I love you too. I'm going to ask y'all, and I need it because I have a situation. And you don't need to know you don't have to know the situation. Just know that I would never lie to you. But I need at least 4 people to send me $20 tonight. I talked to somebody that has been behind the wall. He's been home for 6 years. And I talked to him today, and he said, Mark, I understand what you're going through. I said, I'm sitting here trying to live my life the right way, and I'm using my real name. And do you understand? Let me say this real quick. Let me stop the music. Do you know how bad it is trying to use the same name that you fucked over? Now you're trying to use it the right way. Do you understand how mentally draining that is? Do y'all really understand how mentally draining that is? Like, nobody told me. If I really knew that doing what I did would cause me this much heartache and pain, even after I did the time, I promise you I would have never done this shit. I would have never done it. But I did not know. I just knew I want to do what I want to do, and God allowed me. That's why I'm here to tell you all tonight, right now. I'm here to tell you right now. If you can make a living, and you make a living the right way, using your gifts, please do. Please do. Please do. Because there's nothing that I tell this to Javon every damn day. There is nothing I can do that can erase my past. I can't do that. My name is always going to be what it is. It's always going to be that. It's always going to be that. I tell him every day, you never been in trouble. My son never been in trouble. He don't have a record or anything, you know. He don't. And that's why I push him, like, go and do what you can do while you can do it. And don't allow the influences of your peers to cause you to do like they do. Like right now, the 25-year-old young man, the rapper from Jacksonville, Florida, Lil Pop, 25 years old, gone. And I'm being serious with you tonight. This generation cannot handle the stress of life. If you know that Pastor Marc is doing everything he can, and he come at you and say, hey, can I borrow $20? You should be able to do, not just me, but people around you that you know for a fact they are doing everything they can possibly do. I pray every night, God, please give me the strength to don't do nothing stupid to myself. Because I'm not going to lie to you, I get tired. Trying to figure out where you're going to eat, and then you go and get your food stamps, and then people find out you got food stamps. You can't even tell people how God have been good to you of giving you food stamps without them calling down there telling people you making thousands of dollars, and then they cut your food stamps off just out of word of mouth. Y'all don't understand that. You don't understand how mentally breaking that is. And it's not just me. I am taking care of Javon. When you cut off mine, you cut off his. You don't get that. You don't want nobody to cut your stuff off. And let me tell you how it is. I'm about to do a TikTok. I don't even know if I'm going to do it or not, but I'm going to do a TikTok video. It's really frustrating when you sit here and you go in people's inboxes on their text on their TikTok and say, "Hey, I just want to know, can you do you mind letting me borrow $20? I can't." Do you know how humble you gotta be to go and be boldly to ask for help, knowing that 9 times out of 10 they're gonna turn you down? And Jay had to learn that the hard way. Everybody's not for me. I put people in a group on TikTok for a reason, because I felt that all of them was on one accord. And let's be real tonight. Everybody in there is not on one accord with pertaining to let's take care of Pastor Marc while we can. They're not. Let's be real. There was a lady that I just let back in my life, and I had to block her ass one more time. That's the last time. She ain't coming back. Just for no reason. I'm sitting here like, well, what did I say? Marc, I didn't say nothing. You were being Marc. And Juanita, this is the reason why I hate asking for help. Miss Sherry would say good morning in a group. Mama Robin would say good morning. Miss Darlene say good morning. Jasmine would say good morning. Everybody else just sitting there. Well, Pastor, we be working. You see it saying hello, good morning. You don't have time to send a sticker. You can just send a sticker. You don't got to type. All you got to do is just take and send a sticker. Let's go deeper. Even the ones that I have in a group on Facebook. Miss Macklin just came back. I ain't sugarcoating nothing. I'm standing on my own 2 feet. She got out the group because she was going through something. The group didn't do nothing to you. The group has been there for you down through the years. And you get out the group because you going through something. Well, I just been having issues going on. Baby, I wake up every morning with a mental issue, but I don't take it out on nobody. I just wake up to thank the Lord. I woke up. I woke the fuck up. And I'm not in jail. And I'm not in nobody's funeral home. I woke up. And you get out the group because you going through something. And I end up letting her right back in the group. There's no reason why people that you know doing good and doing all they can, that they have to beg for your help and your love. And people can get mad all they want to and go out. I don't give 2 flying motherfucks. Because you say what you want to say to me. So I'm standing on my 2 feet in 2026 and say the shit back to you. If Mama Robin took it out on the people, Sky, you just came back, so you don't know. But this has been a consistent thing since I have been home. And I'm telling you right now, every day it gets harder. Every day. I told my homeboy and friend tonight, I said, bruh, I am living authentically in my name. He said, I'm here to tell you, sadly, you can't do that. What? Marc, you're gonna have to find your own business. You got to find something. And, and I'm like, oh, I'm making flyers. I'm doing this. You can't even get people to support that. I literally sent out a message today and I said, I needed 4 people to send 4 people, 3 to 4 to send me $20. I said, I just need you to send it ASAP. If they know Pastor is not taking advantage of them, then why not make it happen? Because don't Pastor make it happen for you? Pastor, please pray for me and my family. Pray for me and my family. And I sit here and I go to my altar and I watch. I do. And Miss Cindy, inbox me on TikTok. Inbox me on TikTok. Mama Robin been wanted me to stay. She been wanted me to stand up for myself, and I just been a pussy and ain't done it. Because Mama Robin, I just want to do right by God. Doing right by God is good, but standing up for yourself is something different. I'm going to be successful. And I'm going to end it with that. I'm going to be successful. You may want me to go back to jail, like I said today. You may want me to mess up and fuck up, but I'm not. I'm not. I'm going to be successful. I want y'all to think about this as I end the live. Pastor Marc got 150,000 people following him. And you mean to tell me this man can't get $60 or $80 from 4 people? That should wake you up. Not just pastor. That should wake you up. That should wake you up. That should let you know the type of people that is in this world. Now I understand why God got me the way he got me. I'm showing you, I'm using Mark to show the people what kind of people is in this world. I love y'all. I really love y'all. Listen, have a good night, everybody. Have a good night. Have a beautiful night. I love all of you. I promise I love all of you. I am doing it now. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is love. When I say inbox me, see, when people want to do something for you, they're going to do it out of kindness, out of their heart. I just saw it. Thank you, love. Thank you. When people want to do something for you, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. If they're going to support you, they're going to support you. If they're going to love you, they're going to love you. All my messages, I got 45 seconds. All my messages that I give to you, they are not for me. They are for you. For you. Now may God's grace cover each of you. May he be with you tonight. May you rest peacefully and be happy as I am, knowing that God has given you a second chance. May the God answer all your prayers. May he bring healing to your soul, mind, and body. And may he be there for you as always. Stop worrying about people and focus on God. I love all of you. This is Pastor Marc. Ashe and amen.